for my life, I mean, anybody that doesn't think that fairy tales don't come true, I'm standing here. My time in Tucson was truly, a Cinderella story, and anything that I can do to come back here and try and help out as little as possible or as much as possible, however it turns out. Just try and give back a little bit for all the wonderful things that happened to me when I was here.
Tell us the story of how it came about for you to return here. Did you contact Rich, other way around? Tell us how it came about.
We had a couple casual interactions, and we kind of discussed a little this, a little that, and then there was some movement on the staff, and I happened to be somewhere that he was, and we talked about it, and thought it might be a good fit.
Have you had a lot of people coming up to you around town and welcoming you back and things like that?
Well, I try and keep a low profile as much as possible, but no, I've been welcomed back with open arms. I mean, the people of Tucson are wonderful, and so I have much love for them, and so, like I said, I'm just really blessed to be back and back with my Wildcats.
Had you had an opportunity to come back before, and maybe you were close to it, but didn't?
I would say no, for the most part. I've been, the NFL's I've been pretty locked in there, for the last 15 or 17 years. So, I was retired for a little while, but this was kind of the first kind of real opportunity. So, when it opened up and Coach Rodriguez and I talked about it, I just couldn't be more excited to come back, and appreciative to Coach for giving me an opportunity to come and help.
How's the reception been from the guys who probably didn't know who you are until recently?
It's been great. I mean, the players are great, and they've been very respectful, and have paid me a lot of compliments, and so I've been very humbled by that, and like I said, hopefully I can just do something to help them the way that I was helped when I was here.
How would you describe what your duties are?
Well, that's when I talk about the players, I'm technically not supposed to interact a whole lot as far as on the field, and even in the meetings and what have you. So talk about more general things in life, and trying to be a good person and be a good football player, and not as much X and O's per se. My input, if anything, is going to probably be more with the coaches than it is actually with the players.
Well, what are your thoughts of what you're seeing? It could have been fun to see this team go 3-9 last year. What do you think of this group?
Well, obviously we didn't say we finished great. But, anytime you beat the scummies, that's always a good thing. And but the amount of wins was not what the Wildcats are aiming for, and what our goal is, and so that's something that we are looking to fix this year.
Are you too vicious for this coaching staff?
No, absolutely not. I'm way down the ranks as far as viciousness goes on the staff here. So, no, it's a really great staff, and they do a great job motivating the players and helping them to not just be quality football players, but quality people. And I think that's what it's all about.
How tough is it, given your role, your limited role in terms of dealing with guys, is it to watch and not be able to do probably what you want to do?
It's I wouldn't say difficult, but it's a little, limiting, and just kind of bite your lip a little bit. And, you see things here and there, and now listen, I've been here, 4 days, 5 days, watched them practice, so I have a lot to learn before I'm really gonna, say a whole lot anyway. But it's like I said, just anything I can do to help. I'm just happy to be here.
Ultimately, do you want to get back into being like on a full-time staff, coaching staff member, coaching up guys and stuff like that?
My future is, right now I'm coaching the Wildcats and helping out here. That's my goal, to help the Wildcats win a few more games this year, or a lot more games actually. So what happens next year is kind of will happen next year.
Have you noticed just maybe the difference between college kids today than when you were here playing?
Well, understand now that was 30 years ago.
That's why.
I mean, there's been a few changes in 30 years. So, expecting it to be the same would be very unrealistic. But I think as big as anything is the whole social media thing. The effects of just, I got my first cell phone when I was, here in college, and it was like, life-changing, life-altering. And now, shoot, my daughter, she's 12, she's had hers for 6 years, you know what I mean? It's just a different kind of world that we live in, but listen, it's still football. You run, tackle, try and score. You're still asked to do a lot of the same things. Discipline and culture is always a big deal, and kind of what is trying to be instilled to the players.
About the difference between NFL players and college players?
Well, it's just simple math. They're just younger. It's funny, even when you have young players in the NFL, who, by the way, are old college players for the most part, and the growth that they make from when they first get there till their second, third, fourth year is pretty dramatic, and it's the same thing in college. It's just a growing, it's a process, and here they're just younger than they are when they get to the NFL. They're asked to do more, and at an NFL level, it's a job. It's all day, every day kind of thing, and here they're student athletes, so and they're kind of somewhat limited in what they can do, football-wise. But again, the biggest thing is developing not only as a football player but as a person, and so I think that's the biggest thing. So hopefully we can get some of that done.
I'm curious, you're obviously in good shape. What was your size and how? Are you much different than when you were 30 years ago? In terms of weight?
I'm probably, it's amazing. I've actually lost a little weight. I'm about at my playing weight back in the day, but obviously it's in a lot of different places, so to speak. And and again, it's not the years, it's the miles. Would I love to play still? Absolutely. There's not a day that you go out and coach that you wouldn't love to be able to play, but trust me, your body doesn't.
Well, along those lines, you probably came back to the reason for is the competitive guy you were. That this helps maybe soothe that a little.
Well, again, it's not like I've been away for so long, but I've been away from college.
Yeah.
And so it's like I said, it's just it's fantastic for me. I can't tell you how excited and happy I am just to be able to come back to Tucson. I love it here. People don't realize what I almost like to call it a hidden gem. Just when you come here, it just grows on you, and it's just such an amazing place, and such a great place to play ball and go to school.
I'd assume you don't have to buy beer anymore.